Is now unmuted.
Good afternoon, July the 17th, 2015, and time to wrap it up for another week. We came in this morning expecting the market to get stops above the overnight session high. It didn't, or it hasn't yet. We wanted to sell basically failure to take out 20. So we had resistance 2120, 2125, and we had support at 10 to 15. And the market, the low is 1275. So option expiration tends to yield a trading range, and it has so far. The play was for 2125 calls. I thought the best sell would come against 25. I thought that the best support would be at that breakout at 2108 to 10. So very, very tight range, 18 to 13. That's a 5-point range. It's just very, very difficult to make money in a situation like this. Retest failure trade, if you'd put it on before the news, and that's a very big if. The news was back here. Excuse me, let me restate that. A retest failure trade before the market opened. This was the trade of the day. A mean green trade right here did not go anywhere. A retest failure trade right here gave you a little bit. So you're talking about making one on a stretch, maybe 2 points today. Head and shoulders bottoms. We took this trade live in the room. We took a trade off the opening on the mean green line. That was a loser to demonstrate how difficult it is to trade the opening. Most people had at least 5 minutes to get out of the way. We took this trade right here. We scratched it. There just wasn't anything going on to speak of. Perhaps 1 to 2 points here. This would be at best a scratch. Retest failure here, maybe 1 to 2 points off of that. So very, very, very difficult trading. Middle of the summer, option expiration day. Not a hell of a lot going on when you get right down to it. So probably our lowest opportunity market to trade of late. Okay, looking at the F1 screen, higher low, higher high. This market says we could be buyers come Monday. There's no news on Monday to drive the trading. The news over the weekend will be what's going on in Greece, and I imagine China will come out once again demanding that the world see that their numbers that they report are correct. No chance for cooking the books with China. And if you believe that, there's several things I'd like to sell you. Looking at the F2 screen, it's a B on a one-day basis. On several day basis, we're still looking at a fairly strong P. So this tends to put us into a trading range. So come Monday, we're going to sell failure to take out 20. Assuming we close right here at 1675. Second sell will be 24.26. On the buy side, 10 to 12. And we'll adjust Monday morning. This is for Globex in the London opening. And then 5 to 7. Not going to have a full market to mid-September. That's the way it works. The 2 weeks around July the 4th, week before, week after, pretty quiet times for our markets. Last week of August is pretty dead because our markets are dead and Europe's markets are dead in July for the entire month of August. And in fact, the ECB recognized that fact and sped up their bond purchases to reflect that in June and July. Okay, looking at the note, had a pretty strong market. We were looking for a close in that 4 to 5 area. Got close to it. I think the official close for the day session is 04. looks like a trading range right here on the F1 screen. We look at every market the same way every time. F1, higher, lower, sideways. Confirm it with the F2, and if they're not in agreement, we'd look for a trading range. So my guess is the trading range holds. Worked out pretty, even though it is a P right now. So I've got resistance at 8 to 12. So we'll make the sell 7 to 11, 15 to 19. On the buy side, last rotate down stopped at 4, then at 2, then at a buck, so we'll make it 1 to 29, buy 1, where we were today, and then 21 to 25 for buy 2. Trading range markets don't give us a lot to work with. You assume that resistance or support is going to hold without news, and there is no news from our markets that we'll be looking at on Monday morning, so we're dependent upon the news out of Europe and China. ZB, what a great contract to trade. And again, just to remind you all of the opportunities that we have in the ZB these days. I mean, this is a swing from 13 to 08. That's 5 points, so that's 27. That's a swing from 8 to 23. So that's 17. That's a swing from 23 to 11. So there's 10. There's 21. I mean, just a big market with a lot of swings and retest failure. This is news. Just all sorts of opportunities. Mean green trade. It just, there's a chance to make money in this, and because of the volatility, kind of like crude oil and gold occasionally. Gold's a pretty dead market when you get right down to it, so there hadn't been a lot of opportunity in gold. But every now and then they fool you. So we have a very, very strong P right here. The knob spread's very strong. We had this area right here as resistance. We had volume there. We're at 6, so I mean we're at 8 to 12. So selling failure to take out 8 to 12. And that's tight. If that holds, then the market should come back down and test support. If we jump from there, then the next one is going to be 19 to 23. Big market. Last rotate down stopped at 31, essentially the buck. We're at 7, so 29 to 01. We're buying right in the middle. That's where support is. For Globex, we'll readjust this on the opening, and then we'll make our 17 to 21 buy 2. And if the knob spread comes in over the weekend and starts to see pressure, which it didn't see today, then we'll lower our sells and lower our buys. We came in on this market today wanting to sell 7s to 11s and wanting to buy 17s to 13s. So this was our buy zone, and this was our sell zone. And it's pretty hard to beat that on a call before the fact, before the market opens up. So our claims to expertise and knowing what we're doing are, validated or backed up by the facts. Most of the time, as well as you can do this. News changes everything. Okay, gold. Lower high, lower low, looking for a place to sell it. I think the target, there was some structural support at 1129. But 1125 stops beneath that is probably where we're headed now on that market. This will be confirmed by the F2 screen. And there you have it. So this 35, 37, maybe let them get stops above this last rotate up. So 34, 36, and then 40, 42, sell 2. That was support. definitely resistance now. I'm going to make 25.27 by 1, and then 20.22 by 2. 25 comes out, next trading target is going to be 1100. Okay, looking at crude oil, lower high, lower low. Monday is August expiration. The F2 screen, kind of mixed. We have a couple of distributions there. Overall, it's a B, so our 51.50, 75 area. We had 51. That's how we started out. Then we lowered it to 51 1/4, 51.50. So we'll raise it a little bit. Maybe get stops in 52, 52 1/4. Story out there floating around that Iran has secreted or stored 41 million barrels of crude, or 51 million barrels of crude in tankers around the world. And we're not allowed, you know, in the deal that they were able to cut, the United States is not allowed to inspect their nuclear sites. The United States has to aid them in cyber warfare, constructing defenses and showing them how to build defenses so people can't come in and sabotage their nuclear program. I mean, this is, if you think about what is being done to enable really the loci or the focus of terror in the entire world, bad guys all the way through the leadership of Iran. I mean, it makes you sick at your stomach. And then inviting terrorists into our country who are really, really protected, are legal immigrants from the law, and are allowed to continue committing their crimes, and they're released back onto the general public. You know, the number one duty of the commander-in-chief is to protect our population, and this guy has dropped that protection and security across the board in every area. This guy has done more harm and then, you know, China, Russia, ISIS, anybody that you can put or name together. Okay, the euro is selling. The bill for the Greek bailout is coming due sooner rather than later. The German parliament passed today with the German parliament passage. You know, it's amazing how they get up there and they squawk and they scream about this can't happen and they got to pay for their debts, and when it comes time to vote, they always vote to bail out, no matter how vocal the opposition has been. So definitely pointed lower. We'll make 108.25 by 1. 108 even by 2. Dealing with B's, dealing with a new move out of the middle right now. Pretty clean break in the market at 88, so 75 to 85, sell 1. 109, 109.10, sell 2. And this one is notching lower. I imagine other Northern European parliaments will approve the refinancing, the third refinancing of Greece, and there will be a fourth. We just don't know when it is. We just know that it's coming. Why? Because they can't afford to pay this back, and the austerity and increases in tax and measures that are being voted in will make the economy grow even slower. So the talent, those that can get out, those that can move, will move from Greece to other countries, and quite a few of them will end up in the European Union. Okay, that's all I have for today. It's the end of the week. We've had a pretty good week. We'll look to see you bright and early Monday morning. And I get messages of success from people that have come in and joined us. So that's always very gratifying to see. The objective is to teach you all how to become traders. Not to do it for you. We hold your hands. We talk about it. We go through a lot of trades. We take bad trades. Those are always low probability trades. Not some of them actually work. but we show you how to use the software through taking those trades. We learn more from our mistakes than we do from our winners. So anyway, y'all have a great weekend. It's hotter than hell here in Wichita. It's supposed to be even hotter next week. It is the middle of summer, and I'll see you bright and early Monday morning. Enjoy yourself in the outdoors. Come January or December, the outdoors will be a fond memory. I'm out of here.